What's up, good people? What is the one thing that we all bring to a new relationship? What is that one thing? The one thing we all bring to a new relationship is a past. That past does not involve the new person. And sometimes we forget that person has a past too. And what does that past include? That past includes baggage that we bring into new relationships. We all do. Some of us pack more light or lightly than others. So some of us may have more baggage than others, and that's okay. We all have a past. You can't get around that. But let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Say it in a way that might be more give you the visual. So think about it. We've all seen this. We've seen the videos. We've actually experienced it in our lives, where we have seen a wounded animal. Let's just say it's a dog, and you see a dog limping or he's otherwise been harmed, and you either approach that dog yourself or you see someone else approaching that dog to try and help that dog, try to give it some aid. And what do you see? You see the dog backing away. You see the dog growling. You see the dog barking. Why is he doing that? The dog is doing that because the dog doesn't know whether you're coming to bring more pain or whether you're coming to help. And the other thing is, you look like the person that has wounded that dog. You're a human being. Let's assume that's a human being that did it. But the dog is looking at you as a potential threat. And he has to assess whether or not he's willing to take the risk that you may be coming to bring help. You get where I'm going? We are the same way in our relationships. We meet people and we don't know if that person is going to bring joy in our lives, love, or whether that person is going to be more pain, bring more pain that we've already experienced. And there are certain things that will happen, certain triggers, certain things that that person will say or do that reminds us of somebody else that did the same things or said the same things. It's good if it's things that they've said or done, and the frame of reference is a good one. But if it's not a good one, it's a problem. So let me say something that I think or I hope will be beneficial in this regard. For the person who, let's just say it's a guy. So it's a guy and he's dealing with a woman who's been hurt. From his standpoint, he has to be patient, just like the person that's approaching a wounded animal that they really want to help. But what do we have to do? You have to be patient. You have to realize that this person, this being, has been injured and they don't know you. They don't know whether or not they can trust you. So it takes patience on the giver's end. You have to be patient, just like we do with that animal. You walk slowly. You're considering the fact that this animal has been harmed. This animal does not know me. This animal does not know why I'm here. And I have to establish trust, and that requires patience. On the other end, the person who's been harmed, you have to establish trust. You have to give the other person the opportunity to get close enough to love you, if you're ever going to get to that point. So you have patience and trust that have to come together. And it requires something on both ends from both parties. The person that's approaching to help, to love, has to be patient. The person who's been wounded has to establish trust. How do you establish trust? You have to pay attention to that person. You have to pay attention to the things they say, the things they do, their motives behind it, and all of those different things. But there is absolutely no way to establish a meaningful relationship without being vulnerable, because that's the only way you're going to reach a certain level of intimacy. You have to be vulnerable. And it's almost like a two-edged sword, because if you're vulnerable, you run the opportunity of being hurt because you're letting a person in close. But if you don't, you'll miss the opportunity of experiencing that level of intimacy with another person. It will put a limit on the love, the intimacy that you can experience from another person. All right? So patience and trust. Be careful, because everybody don't mean you good, but everybody also don't mean you bad. All right? That's all I have. That is it. Please like, comment, and share. All right? Everybody have a great day.